that it is good for the business environment, good for America to not enforce laws against fraud is just bizarre. That is how it works in Venezuela and in Nigeria and in lots of other places where they do not have rule of law and where there is not counterparty trust in business.
Guys, did you just hear what this American said on CNN? We all know CNN it's a global media, was worldwide. She said, now she's not complaining that there's no crime being committed in US as well, but she's trying to compare that they shouldn't be like Venezuela, they shouldn't be like Nigeria that don't have rule of law. Now, dear Nigeria, say Nigeria who just listening to this now, please, in case you didn't listen to you didn't hear what she said, could you please rewind back this video to listen to what she said before you listen to the rest of this video? As a Nigerian who just heard this thing she just said, how do you feel within you? It's something like this being spoken on a global media platform, CNN, saying that they shouldn't look like Nigeria and Venezuela that don't have rule of law. Is it a shame? Now you see where our corrupt judges, our illegitimate president, what they've done to us. Can you see it? Isn't this a shame and a slap on our face? Yes, the lady is correct. As a Nigeria, I concur with her. Do we have rule of law in Nigeria? For example, before election, the so-called Professor Yakub Mahmood, he told the world, he went to Chatham House in UK, he went to US, went to everywhere. He told the world that there was going to be a live transmission of election. That was what he said. Videos fly around. What happened? When the election came, he threw it aside. They switched up RF and it was not transmitted live. It wasn't. Now, the opponent who said that the election was rigged, they went to court. While they were at court, UN, United Nations, other international observers, local observers, they all submitted a report and said this election was fraud. They said so. UN wrote explicit, of which even wicked that took Peter Obi's election and gave it to Pablo Escobar, aka Thief Tinubu, gave it to him. He even confronted the UN ambassador to Nigeria. If you guys remember when he met her. Okay, this guy rose straight to the court. NBC reacted and said, why should UN rise straight to the court? So what is my point? UN and other international observers said this election fell beyond expectation, that it was fraud. Now, the opponent presented evidence to court. But what happened? Our corrupt judges, they threw it aside. Number two, Atiku Abubakar, he proceeded to court. He went to US, he went to Chicago State University, he went to their court here to fight a legal battle against the false certificate of Pablo Escobar, Thief Tinubu. But what happened? We have a law in Nigeria that if you false certificate, you're not qualified for an office. But what happened? Our corrupt judges, they threw it away. They threw it aside and turned the other side because they've taken bribe. Now, I've made a series of videos of this in the past. I said the time is going to come. All these precedents they are setting now is going to haunt us. The time is come. This thing is going to be a slap, and it's going to be a slap on the image and the integrity of Nigeria. And I said so. Okay, do we have rule of law? When it has been convicted, we have the law. So a so-called city president, before he became president, we did a videos of this. I was one of the person who did series of video on this. I about this other guy that ran to Ghana, this other activist. I forgot his name. Please remember his name. Please write it at the comment section. The guy did a lot. What is his name? I forgot it. I don't want to stress myself with that now. But you all know. Okay, David Uday. David Uday did a lot to prove this somebody that was America. They made him to fulfill $460,000 US proceed from drugs. So our judges saw all this, but what happened? They threw it at the table. They put the rule of law aside. Now we are being disgraced for CNN. I hope Tinubu has seen this. I hope Professor Yakub has seen this. I hope what's it called? Ayola, that thief, he has seen this. I hope they've seen it. This is, as a Nigerian, I'm ashamed. How will my little child grow up and hear this about their country? Say Nigeria and Venezuela that don't have rule of law. Africa, giant of Africa. Well, sometimes I've said it before. As I said, we are giant of Africa, yes. In what way are we giant? As far as I'm concerned, we are giant in corruption. Okay, can you please type in Google right now, guys? If you are watching this, I want you to, all of you, just visit Google right now. Type 10 best university in Africa. If you type 10 best university in Africa, I put it to you, not even Covenant University, not one like Nigerian University is among the first 10 best university in Africa. The first 6, about 6 or 7 best university in Africa is in South Africa. While some are, in other countries are there. Not one. So in education, we are not giant. In sport, we are not. I hope you guys are aware that in sport, Nigeria is not number 1 or number 2. Forget football. We are talking about sport together. So in what way, as in Nigeria, can you ask yourself that? In what way are we giant? CNN has just told us that we are giant in lawlessness, because he said there's no rule of law. As a Nigerian, will be procritical to fight this speech of this America, this of CNN. You understand that we have rule of law. This should be I said all this in advance, which is happening now. How can we be compared, the largest black nation on earth? How can we be compared to a country like Venezuela, a place where there's no rule of law? If you watch this news with your child, how do you feel as a father, as a parent? How do you feel? This is the sea finish. This is the disgrace that the likes of wickedness wicked. This is disgrace that the likes of that native doctor, Professor Yakubu Mahmoud. This is the disgrace that Pablo Escobar, the rest, they brought on us, Nigeria. No wonder the country is dwindling. While other countries, they are rising, they are going from level to level. When we are retrogressing by the day. We are retrogressing by the day. Okay, now, in a country like this that there's no rule of law, which of the country now CNN have told the world now, CNN has just told you that there's no rule of law in Nigeria, right? So which of these foreign investors that Pablo Escobar is wasting taxpayer money, working like that, told this or PG list, Facebook and YouTube and all crap. If they work out like after they wear diapers, wear pampers, they work out the bell like what kind of tortoise, go they say go to hustle for those who want to come and invest. With this kind of statement, who will come to Nigeria to invest? Dear Nigerians, please, if you are Nigerian, you are not based in Nigeria, right? You have the mind of investing. Can you please confirm this at the comment section? Will you be bold enough now to go and invest in your own country where you come from? Because there's no rule of law in Nigeria, we can't. You can't, what's it called? To invest in your own country. What type of a country where the rich can buy police and use it to oppress the poor? Is it that what Erisco, tomato paste did against that lady? What's her name? I think Gloria Shoma did against the lady. Arrested her, rather than like court to convict, arrested her, all because she did a review. A country where, so there's no rule of law in the country. Please, if I am wrong, dear Nigeria, please prove it in the comments and let me know that I'm wrong. This is a shame. This is an insult on the image of Nigerians because of the greediness of our political elite, because of the greediness of those we have at the helm of the criminals we have at the helm of affairs. This is a shame. How can we have a rule of law when we make a drug lord, a drug baron, our president? How can we have a rule of law when a United Nations said to the world that our election was fraud, yet our judiciary upheld such election that was rigged and the blood can see it? Our judiciary uphold and throw away the evidence that was brought from Chicago State University that this guy, he forged his certificate, the uphold and made it the president. Do we have rule of law? Shame on you, Professor Yakubu Mahmoud. Shame on you, Pablo Escobar. Shame on you, our corrupt CJN. Shame. It's a pity. Nigeria will rise again. In our time, Nigeria will rise. I don't know it's going to happen, but there is hope. God bless you guys. Please share this until it gets to their deaf ears. Thank you.